unlike physical wars, if we want to kind of compare physical wars to cyber warfare, you never see them coming. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know how they're going to attack you.
It's generally one of the top risks in an organisation. There's an increasing threat environment, the unknown of the world at the moment and its political stability, ransomware on the increase. There's no real silver bullet answers to any of this kind of things.
I think the world expected this pandemic to play out how it did. You need to know what it's like to build an infrastructure to support all these people working from home, but also the security of it. And I think with that comes a new level of stress and anxiety, and also in a way, also a sense of like isolation.
If your environment isn't supportive, it can become a massive mental drain. Like, it's because then you literally have no reprieve. You're constantly under attack and you have nowhere.
Burnout is a big problem. Skill shortage is a huge problem. People burn out, you can't replace them. Oh, it would keep me up at night, that's for sure.
I was just talking to someone earlier about who's lasted, as a CISO or a CSO in the Australian market, as an example. And there's not that many of them that have been longer than 3 years in an organisation. And then I look at the ones which have lasted the longest, and the biggest thing that's helped them last is they've usually got an incredible team around them. And those teams take a lot of the brunt of the day-to-day.
So the team generally is preparing to respond at any given moment. That it could be day or night, and you have to be ready to go at a moment's notice. You're leaving a partner behind, children behind.
But not everyone's lucky enough to have those size teams. They've got to do too much of the role.
You can tell that they're stressed because they're literally messaging in the middle of the night. They're going to get asked about it the next day. And if they can't give an answer, that's going to reflect badly on them.
And half the time you're going in blind. You actually don't know what to expect. And everyone's sort of looking around at you. You're expected to know everything.
Anything that anyone else is specialised in, you need to know how to secure it. There's pressure where you don't know what's going on and you don't know how to fix it. That's one of the most difficult things to cope with.
That affects you because now other things start to weigh on you, and the job wasn't even finished yet.
As a security person, that you've got to think about all of that too. As people are working from home, you have less control in what they're doing. You're getting attacked from all different angles, and then you're trying to plug these gaps and fill it all in and make sure they don't get through. But an attacker only needs to attack once and get in, and then they're in. And the stress and anxiety that can come from that is so debilitating. I've seen it firsthand with people that I've worked with.
Yeah, the threat landscape only ever gets worse. In my whole life, I've never seen it get easier or better. We talk about innovation. The criminals are the real innovators. We just follow suit. The amount of attacks that are happening, the sophistication of these things. So here we are constantly not only dealing with what's constantly happening around us, but also trying to foresee what other potential threats are there. How could this be misused?
It's relentless in the sense that you need to be switched on immediately. There's no ramp up time. You need to be able to get there and get working right away. And the hours are very long, extremely long.
It's going to get harder before it gets easier, in my view. It's not that there's not hope. It's just that we haven't lifted our heads up long enough to work out what the new road should be and where it should go.